A hand dryer saved my life. Not one of those gray Dyson ones where you put your arms in and it like warps your skin into a million bubbles and you're like, whoa, the future. No. About 4 years ago, I was studying abroad with one of my best friends, Caitlin, and we were in London for the semester. So during this time, we chased a bus from a certain spot in Amsterdam where we thought it was supposed to arrive. It was not hanging out there, and we needed to get back to London. We also ended up missing a plane. We were delayed on a plane, sat there for about 4 hours trying to figure out what we were supposed to do. There were a lot of obstacles that we came across over our trip. We were like, all right, whatever. We thought we had it covered. There was nothing else that could go wrong. It was the end of March. We were gone in 2 weeks. We were like, all right, this will be easy. So one of our favorite performers, City and Colour, was playing at this arena in Birmingham, which is about 2 hours from London via train. And we thought, oh my God, City and Colour is coming, we have to go. But being broke college students, we were like, how can we go on the cheap? So we splurged for tickets and thought we'll get cheap train rides. Train rides aren't cheap. So we're looking at the prices, and it's about 40 pounds a ticket, which translates to roughly like $60, $62 for US dollars at the time. And we thought, okay, we'll go at like non-peak hours. The concert was at the O2 Arena, which is this huge venue that almost kind of looks like the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, but it's connected to an airport, a train station, a convention center, and like 3 other things. So we thought, okay, we'll take the train there and just hang out all day long. We got there at like 8 in the morning. This concert wasn't until 9 o'clock that night. So we wandered around this window pane conference all day with all these salespeople dressed up and just like, yeah, very nice, new windows, okay. Terrible British accents. The 2 of us thought we could pull it off. We weren't fooling anyone. All day long, we're just figuring out what this convention center has to offer because we didn't know it was in Birmingham and didn't think, oh, hey, why don't we leave for a couple hours? No daylight. And our return tickets were the next morning at 6 a.m., or so we thought. So all day long, we're hanging out. Finally, the concert rolls around, and we follow all these other kids in like flannels and Vans sneakers, because that's where we figured they all had to be going too. And we watch City and Colour. No one there knows who Dallas Green is, because they're like, who's this Canadian with a guitar? And then a band called Biffy Clyro came on, and we'd never seen them or really heard of them. And it's this huge British rock band, and this arena just erupts, and everyone's singing along to every word. It was like late 90s, early 2000s rock. Not quite like Creed, but almost reminded me of it. And everyone is just freaking out. There was like a rib cage shaped stage, and we were like, whoa. Anyway, great time. Everyone starts filing out of the arena towards the trains, and we're like, okay, maybe we can like just get on one of these trains and it'll be fine. We didn't really feel like sticking around till 6 in the morning, but if we had to, it was an airport, so it would be open all night, right? The airport wasn't open all night. Lights went down, doors all closed, everyone starts packing up, and we're like, oh God, we're stuck here. So there's a cleaning man who's, you know, taking the vacuum cleaner around all night and keeps coming by, and he's like, are you guys lost? And we were like, no, we're fine. We know what we're doing. We start hiding out, trying to figure out how are we going to stay here all night, because we didn't book a hostel and didn't know what was in Birmingham, or even a mile, like what was a mile away from the arena. And then the airline doors open, and the gusts of wind from the planes keep coming in all night, and it starts snowing because it's still March, and we're dressed like, oh, spring break, it's March, cool. So we have like t-shirts and flannels on, and here we are getting snow and gusts of wind coming through a closed airport. So the 2 of us are just kind of wandering around until around 3 in the morning, the crazies really kick in, and we go into the bathroom and realize there's a hand dryer here. So the 2 of us took turns for the next 3 hours just warming our hands under this and talking about all of our weird alien theories and stuff, because that's what happens when you start to get the 3 a.m. crazies. And so we were just under these hand dryers for like 3 hours trying to figure out what we were gonna do. Eventually, our train arrives, and we're talking to the conductor, and he's like, oh, no, this is a commuter train. You guys are not on this train. We were like, well, what do? We have to go back. We have to go to London. And he's like, get in the last train, and I'll tell everyone you guys are cool. And we're just like, thank God. So We get on the train, make it back to London. After that point, any of our trips that included an overnight had a hostel included because we just didn't want to run into that issie again. But that's it. It's my foreign soil story.